Do you want to hold it? Hold it.
You know what? I'll give you credit. That was actually a little bit more convincing than I thought it was going to be. So, good job, guys. Come on in, folks. We're about to get started. So, my name is Liz, if you guys haven't met me already, and I'll be your snake handler for today. Now, if you guys have any questions at all, please feel free to shout them out. Come on in. I don't smell that bad, I promise. Let's start with talking about the state of Florida really fast. Down here in Florida, we have 42 different species of snakes. Yeah. So the likelihood of you running into one outside of the show, well, it's pretty high, especially down here in the Everglades. But the good news is, out of those 42 different species of snakes, 4 of them, only 4, are venomous. Does anyone happen to know which venomous snakes we have down here? I'll give you a hint. The first has a bell on its tail and warns you that it's coming.
Rattlesnake.
Rattlesnake makes 1. And that's the only one I have a hint for. So the second is the water moccasin, also known as the cottonmouth. The third is the coral snake. And the fourth is the copperhead, found up in northern Florida. Now, I know that a lot of people don't like snakes because, I mean, hey, let's face it. We really don't know very much about them. You know, a lot of people tend to think that they're wet, slimy, slithery, disgusting creatures. And the other half of us, well, we just watch a little bit too much TV. I don't know if any of you guys have seen Anaconda or Snakes on a Plane, right? Hey, they're good movies. But they're also great computer graphics. You see, snakes are not going to go out of their way to bite or attack you, nor are they half as large as those movies show them to be. So let me really quickly tally up the numbers. Who here actually likes snakes? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not too bad, I guess. So here's the better question for me. Who here does not like snakes? Maybe has a fear, not very fond, likes them from a distance. That's good. You know, honesty is definitely the best policy in this show, guys, because, I mean, hey, I'm gonna find out. One way or another. Just saying. So let's get started.
Snake.
You said you like snakes, right? Yeah. Come on, baby. Works for me. I know what those are. I'm not a fan of surprises. I have a bag. Doesn't really feel like Halloween candy either. What was your name?
Amy Jane.
Hey, Amy Jane. I have no problem opening the bag. No problem holding the bag. Yep. What I do have a problem with is sticking my hand in there and grabbing what's in the bag. That's where you come in. There. You have to just grab straight from the middle, pull up, and don't squeeze. Perfect. That right there is Elvis. Elvis. Anyone take a guess as to why I would name my snake Elvis? Other than being alive? Yes, that Elvis. Young crowd? See, Elvis was the king of rock and roll. And that right there is the king snake. I know, I'm super creative, right? There are about 45 different subspecies of king snakes. Now, depending on where you go and the different color variations they come in. You have, let's see, the California king, that's black and white. You have other kings that look like that venomous coral snake. Our Florida king is usually a sandy, yellowish, brownish color. Now, he is a constrictor, non-venomous. Definitely a question you should ask before you stick your hand in the bag, though, for next time. And they typically get between 4 and 5 feet long. So let's see if we can't spread him out, because I want to say that Elvis is about full grown. Let's see what we got.
He's not to himself.
Yeah. The end of bites. I'll grab the end that poops. Perfect. So, as you can see, hang on, no? So Elvis is about full grown, a lot longer than he looks. So being a skinnier, smaller snake, he is eating smaller meals. You got the rats, the mice, he'll go after the occasional bird as well. But Elvis, being a king snake, comes with a bonus. He also eats other snakes, including those 4 venomous snakes that we were just talking about. So it's pretty useful, right? Rats and venomous snakes? Yeah. Get you guys talking. What would you do if you had a snake in your backyard?
Kill it.
That's a horrible answer. Make a line in front of the breeding pond after the show. There you go.
That's my mother.
It's bad you only have one. I heard you could run from it. I'd probably take the selfie first and then run from it. You could scream as loud as you like, Mom. Snakes don't have any ears. Here's a good one. You can leave it alone. But we don't ever want to kill the snakes. See, they are great for our ecosystem. Now, they'll kill and eat those disease-infested rodents. They'll help stop the spread of Lyme disease because they'll eat the little ticks attached to those rodents. Think about it. What would you rather have, 3,000 rats or one little snake in your backyard?
A cat.
One little snake, right? And hey, think about it. If you're lucky enough to have a king snake in your backyard, most likely the only snake as well. Right? So do you have any questions about my king snake? No. So Elvis is leaving the building.
How long did it live for?
Oh, 15 years. And being about full grown, I want to say, is probably between 5 and 6.
I have a question.
Sure thing.
Who eats venomous snakes?
They have an immunity to the venom. So we could take a few bites from a rattlesnake and be perfectly fine. Now, being a constrictor, what they do is they strike down at the prey. They have rear-facing fangs, so they pretty much latch on. There is no pulling away. They'll start to coil around, and they'll suffocate and then swallow it whole. We have multiple snakes in the box, hence the bag. I like to keep it that way. So, all right. Let's give our volunteer a round of applause. Amazing job. Much greater than I am.
Oh, it's comfy.
Yeah, it's that constricting I was looking at.
My finger's going purple. There you go.
Never told me how many you want me back. Perfect. Being full grown, thank you very much. Being full grown, he's considered to be one of those skinnier or smaller bodied constrictors. We also have the heavier bodied constrictors. We have the anaconda, we have the boa. What else am I missing?
Cobra.
Python. You got it. Now, pythons are one of my favorites simply because they come in all different shapes and sizes. This right here is the ball python. Now this snake, you trusted her more than me? Now this snake is native to Africa. They typically get between 3 and 5 feet long, and they rarely ever strike or bite. There are probably more of these snakes here in the U.S. than there are in Africa. Did you want a close-up? Because they are brought in by the thousands every year by the pet trade. So who thinks this makes a good pet? Yeah. Hey, think about it. They're low maintenance. These are reptiles, so I don't need to feed them every day. I don't need to take them for a walk every day. This snake is full grown, so it doesn't get big enough to constrict or kill or eat me or my chihuahua. Nor am I really worried about being bitten. So, I mean, they do make a pretty cool pet. So what I would like to do with this snake is break some of those myths that I was talking about toward the beginning of the show. Snakes being wet, slimy, nasty, and disgusting. I would like one of those people that weren't too fond of snakes to come and just pet the snake. I'm not going to make you hold it. I just want you to touch it and let me know how it feels. Well, the easiest thing to do is to raise your hand for that person sitting beside you. Mom! Come on over here, Mom. If I come to you, you have nowhere to go.
I know what it feels like.
But you know that...
Coming from Africa, I know what it
There you go. So you know that a snake's skin is actually made out of keratin.
makes a nice bag.
Keratin is the same thing that our fingernails are made out of. You know, these snakes are unable to secrete any oil or moisture through their skin whatsoever. You know, to them, we're actually the wet, slimy, nasty, disgusting ones because we sweat. These snakes are always perfectly soft, smooth, and dry. Oh, said that the ball python made a pretty cool pet. And you agreed with me, didn't you? Yeah, come on over here. I like it too. You have one?
I used to have a couple.
Let me bring back some memories for you. There you go. You just slide behind you really fast. Step in front. I'll give somebody a hand. I'll make something today. There you go. So the ball python made a pretty good pet. This right here is the Burmese python. Now that snake is native to Southeast Asia. We're actually having a really big problem down here in South Florida with these snakes. You see, this is an invasive species. The issue with this snake is the female will continue to grow until the day she dies. She'll reach lengths of about 20 to 22 feet long, weighing 150, 200 pounds. They can consume anything. It's heavy, huh?
Yeah.
They can consume anything 3 times the size of their head. So you're perfectly safe with this snake. The one up there probably not so safe. Just saying. And it's nowhere near full grown. You see, those snakes get large enough to eat things like that big alligator you see in the pond behind me. Our endangered Florida panther and our endangered key deer. So who thinks that makes a good pet? No, probably not, right? Okay, think about it. This ball python is full grown. That Burmese python grew 6 feet in the first year of life. That is still a baby. There's a little comparison. Good pet? I mean, if you like your chihuahua, probably not such a good pet. Or little family members. So do you have any questions about the Burmese python? No? I have a question. Do you kind of feel like Britney Spears?
Feeling it.
Feeling it? That's what I'm talking about. Alright, so let's give her a round of applause. She did do an amazing job. And I'm going to need 2 hands. Let's see, I'm just going to spin you around. There we go. Perfect. Now, as promised, I know that a few of you guys have an airboat coming up, so what I am going to go ahead and do is conclude the snake show. But with that, I will pass around a few of the small ball pythons. You guys are more than welcome to hold them and take a picture with them if you'd like, and you still have plenty of time to get to your boat. Just have 2 rules really quickly. 2 hands when we hold the snakes. Now, I don't mind if you drape them up around your neck to take a picture. Just please do not drop them and do not squeeze their necks. They do not bite. Rule number 2. I am passing out 2 snakes. I would like 2 snakes back, please. Fair enough, right? Great. Thank you guys for coming out. Come on down. Grab a snake. Don't be shy, guys. It's free. And if you guys did enjoy the show, please feel free to show your appreciation. 포기하겠어. 오빠.
Matti, non saltare. Matti, sta buono per favore.
Oh, she's like, nope, don't stay. I can understand it, but he's so busy.